pain that you feel. It's just this pain, and it's
also
pain.
you did it for so long, your body became accustomed to using those things.
But in the beginning, why is the main reason we get down? Why is the main reason a guy like you handles? You have pain in your life growing up. We all do. What made you different than not doing it? When you first get involved in that, your body hurts, man.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine. When I was 17, I'd go home at the end of the night. I was in school. I had to go to school at 7:30. Sophomore in high school, junior. I had to go to school. And I would come home and sit in the corner in the dark with earphones on, with an 8-track, Black Sabbath, and I'd just do coke till 3 in the morning.
Jesus Christ.
No drinking. Just do coke in the dark. What
Wow.
possesses you to do that, Joe Rogan?
I don't know.
Was it because I was a junkie? No, I was. You know what? I was in so much pain. But pain covers this huge thing when you're doing drugs. Pain could be, fucking confusion. Pain shows up as confusion. Confusion shows up as pain, is what I'm saying to you. You're confused.
So
I was 16.
It could be emotional pain.
It could be
It doesn't have to be physical
pain. Your whole body's in pain when you're doing it. You know who I talked to the other day? I talked to the kid I kidnapped. I call him a lot now.
Wow.
I'm guilty. I'm really fucking guilty of that because I saw something when I kidnapped him that it's not Joe Diaz. I saw him suffering. I saw him at one moment on the floor handcuffed. And I would never want that for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always dread that happens to a friend of mine for what I did. And I always felt bad. I had him call on the podcast, and I apologized to him.
Wow.
And I always call him up. And I called him the other day, and we were talking, and he told me, every time I talk to him, he tells me more about his life, bro. What happened since I kidnapped him. I bumped into him in 94. I kidnapped him in 87. I bumped into him in 94, and I bought coke from him. Right? And he was all fucked up on Pearl Street down in Boulder. And then he never remembered. I think he blacked out. That's how bad a shape he was in. I asked him. Not this time, though, the time before, I asked him, do you remember me buying blow from you? He goes, I remember seeing you, and I remember hating you the next day. I couldn't believe I didn't knock you the fuck out because I caught him off guard. He was at a bar all fucked up. I'm like, you gotta sell me some blow. He's like, look who's here.
The guy who kidnapped me.
The guy who kidnapped me. But I called him
You
last
bought
week.
blow after you kidnapped him and before you apologized for kidnapping him?
6 years later, yeah, I saw him at a bar on Pearl Street.
Did you even say, I'm sorry I kidnapped you?
Not that night. I just gave him a hug and asked him if he knew where I'd get some blow and shit.
Not that night.
And he gave me a hug, and I always thought about him. And when I apologized, I felt really bad. And I talked to him the other day, and he started telling me he's 50. He lives with his mother. He had a heart attack. I could tell when I talked to him, and in his pictures on Facebook, that he had a stroke. That was all from the blow, bro. Sometimes when he calls me, and I could tell he's drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I feel real guilty that I do this. But then, I'm the type of guy, I don't play that shit. I don't play that shit at all. He was fucked up when I kidnapped him. I mean, a couple weeks before, how this whole thing started was because he got a DUI, fucked up some cars, went to Boulder Hospital on North Hospital, Boulder General. Mm-hmm. And while he was in there, Boulder, he was hurt. They left him in a room by himself, and he stole a bottle of liquid cocaine and jumped out the window. Okay, and they caught him an hour later on the other side of Boulder. When you steal a bottle of liquid cocaine from the hospital, you already got problems.
Oh,
okay?
my God.
Me kidnapping him, and we laugh and we giggle. Me kidnapping him makes me feel like maybe I contributed to that, but I didn't. He had his own doom. Why didn't I get fucked up, I mean, I got fucked up in different ways. I paid in different ways because the guilt of me doing that to a man fucking destroyed me. I like to fuck around. I could do something bad if somebody harms me. But even with jiu-jitsu, I just can't put my forearm in somebody's face, man. I hate when I have to lay on somebody. Like, I'll check on them and go, you okay, bro? I love you right now. Look at me and go, I know. It's funny. So for me, seeing him in that corner, I always have that guilt that I tied him up. Where I grew up in Jersey, the PAL was geared more towards boxing. When I was in New York City, it was a place that they had like a boxing, they had a pool table, they had sodas and shit like that, activities. Mm-hmm. You made like ceramics and shit, depending on your age. In Jersey, it was more Mr. Gamio. Mr. Gamio was a Cuban dude, and he ran the boxing program. And I knew his two sons, Julio and Caesar. They got me a job at Putnam Fuel, but they were like, listen, when you get the job, you got to rob. Putnam Fuel is right by Secaucus, off of Route 3. It's dirty. Truck people go in there, dirty, Joe Rogan. I lasted about 3 weeks before they fired me. But I left there, and after 3 weeks, the guy at night was a half a Momo. His name was Freddie. Remember I was telling you this? So we robbed him one night. We go, listen, we'll just go down there and beat Freddie up. We were like sophomores in high school. We'll put masks on, me and Didi Quintero. And when he comes out, because in Jersey, you pay the gas guy. You don't go into a store. You know, they pump your gas. So if you rob the guy, you basically rob the joint. Do you follow me? Only Oregon and New Jersey is where people pump your gas. Everybody else, you walk in with a card. So we were kids. We were like, let's rob fucked up Freddie. You know, when I worked there, I got to know Freddie. Freddie's wife looked like Honey Boo Boo's mother. Freddie was a little guy, but Honey Boo, his wife was like 400 pounds. And the only way she would let him fuck her is if he brought blow home. And he was a skinny, tiny guy like Eddie Bravo. She was like 390, and she would actually put the bikini on. And they were such white trash. They lived in a studio apartment. They would rent a jacuzzi and put in the living room. These people were fucking. They lived on the third floor.
Studio to your apartment.
Oh my God! And it was the worst building in the neighborhood. And they had Black Marlowe. She was the only black girl in the neighborhood. Black Marlowe. I don't know what Black Marlowe is today, but she's the real Martin Luther King. She was the only black girl in a white neighborhood in Jersey. Dog. That girl took torture. Wow. She got tortured. I always loved Black Marlowe. Though Marlowe was tight with me. Her mother was white. Something had happened. Her house was fucked up. That building was fucked up. So I used to go over to sell them blow, and I remember Freddie opening up the door and they were like a robe on, and here's this fat wife in the living room with heels with a bikini on, and he's like, "Thank you for bringing it to me. I'm gonna have." Like he really was like when you brought him the blow, he was fucking thankful that you fucking like, "Thank you, man. I'm gonna get some pussy tonight." Like she would not give me my hand job if he didn't have blow. So finally, one day, me and Didi Quintero, we decide, let's go down there and rob this motherfucker on a Saturday night. Let's wait till about midnight when he's got a grand on him. Because you don't drop till you get 2,000. So every 2,000, you make a drop in the floor safe. And you can't get back in there. So me and Didi went behind the building by Seacock, and it was right next to this hot dog place, Snappy Nappies. The rumor was that's where the Iceman killed somebody and put him in a tank. By Snappy Nappies. No, this is a real fucking area, Jersey. This is, and across the street was one of the biggest strip clubs on the East Coast. Not when I was there, robbing Freddie. A couple of years after that, like the Army base. So you remember, if you lived in New York, they called this the Air Force base, some base or some shit. But when we were kids, we went there like at 12, and we took Freddie down, dog. We just tackled him and started like kicking him like they kicked whatever his name is in that De Niro movie in the bar. And we took his little purse and we ran away. And he guessed it. Like, it took him a week. He's like, did you guys rob me last night? Because we had masks on and shit. We're like, Freddie, it wasn't us. He's like, yes, it was. I heard your voices. Then he came back to us. He's like, listen, I'll let you rob me once a month. But you got to split the money with me so I could buy an 8-ball to fuck my wife. So once a month, we go down there and give Steady Freddie a beating. And we kick the fuck out of him. Just on principle.
And he let you do it? Just
yeah,
so
he wanted to. That's the only way the cops, that's the only way
Right.
the cops, and we did it like 8 times. We
So
robbed,
like, did you give him black eyes, bloody noses?
kicked him in the stomach a couple of times. That was it. We need him, neon belly. I didn't even know what it was.
There was no video back then either.
No. Not
So you had to leave marks on him.
Yeah, you had to like kick him a few times. I couldn't do it. I had too much of a heart, so I always had to hire. Like I had to bring like one of my crazy friends that was having like a bad week. There's a kid in Miami today that every time I play South Florida, he shows up with his girlfriend and he gets fucked up and he tells the story when I knocked on his door with a diagram on how we were going to rob Freddie. And he goes, that's when I knew that you were fucking for real. He goes, I was eating dinner with my family. You knocked on the door and had a sketch, like the deal, how you were going to kick him and run into the weeds and go right to the coke dealer's house. Like I had it planned. We had done it so many times, but I had to keep getting different partners because I couldn't hit Freddie. All I could do was tackle him. I was good at tackling him, and then once he go down, I had my friend kick him a few times. It was fucking horrible, but when you're 16, Joe, what the fuck, though? You gotta have a good time, you know? You gotta have a good time. If you're not gonna kick Steady Freddie, who are you gonna kick?
Jesus Christ. Commercial will bother you?
Oh, it's still
Because little
tampon
kids?
really destroys me. Tampon commercial, I want to choke myself. When my wife is in the room, or like your aunt's in the room, or some older woman. Since I was a kid, they did a Kotex commercial, I would sit there and look fucking straight ahead, dog. I never get so embarrassed in my life. I don't want them to ask me if I know, and I don't want to fucking know if blood comes out of your snatch and what you... And what you put up there, that's got nothing to do with me. I'm just gonna look straight ahead. Don't even bring it up. You know, there's some women that's cute.
Yeah.
Like they think it's cute. Like, hold on, I gotta go. We got a tampon. Listen, I don't want to know. I don't want to know if you're bleeding. You just ruined everything for me. And I don't want to know.
Does that really bother him?
That bothers me.
He hates the sight of blood.
No. I hate the sight of talking about that your fucking pussy's bleeding around me. That's what I fucking hate. Even when they have it in their purse, I get sick to my fucking stomach.
Oh, that's so
I don't
funny.
want to see a fucking tampon around me. I don't want to fucking see a tampon at all. All right? When I'm watching TV and a tampon commercial comes on, even when I'm by myself, I feel creepy.
That's so weird.
And condom commercials, that new commercial with the chick's head popping out, or the fucking thing with you put on your finger. Have you seen that fucking commercial? The chick with the creepy finger?
Yeah.
This is great to relieve stress. You know what, man? I don't want to know about that shit. Play it after. What the fuck is that? Oh, my God.
That's a zombie.
Oh, my God.
What is that? Is that a zombie?
Bloody pussy.
So put that away.
Oh, my God.
That's broken.
Terrible.
That one's broken.
That is just, that offends me.
Don't even get that one fixed.
To this day, anything vaginal sprays, anything vaginal on television before like 10 o'clock drives me up a fucking wall.
I've never had a period problem. It doesn't bother me.
Never had a period?
Never had my own period. Well, I have my own period every now and then, but I've never had like a period problem, like a problem with a girl's period. No, it doesn't bother me at all.
I told you the one I had to this day, and it was fucked up because my mother had just died, and it was the first time a chick called me. Like, that was my first booty call ever. I had dated this girl before. She was a cheerleader at Franklin School. I played hoops at McKinley, and we had messed around a little bit. Not really sex. I don't remember, Joe. I think I sucked her titties. I knew her brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were, like, in grammar school or high school, and I had sucked her titties or something after, like, a dance or something. And after my mother died, like, I was home for a week, and this lady was taking care of me, and I get this call one night, and it's this chick, and she goes, you want to get together? And I was feeling bad, I didn't know she was going to throw me a little lottery pussy, like my little funeral pussy. I never got funeral pussy, but it exists,
Funeral pussy?
Yeah, like after somebody dies in your family, some chick calls you and sucks your dick.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they feel bad?
Like they're maybe they're like what are those women that hang out at comedy clubs and they like comedy?
Groupies?
Groupies, yeah. They like to have
Chuckle
sex
fuckers.
with people after somebody dies. I'm serious. But I knew her. She probably just called me out of the kindness of my heart to make me feel well. So I walked from 38th Street to 46, grabbed this bitch, and walked back to my house on 38th Street. I'm all fucking horned up. We start swatting shit. I take her pants off. I pop her panties off, and the Kotex pops out of her pussy like a tongue in one of those fucking haunted houses, right? Like, you know the thing like this, like this? Blah! They pop up like, blah! Like that. And I just sat there frozen, like I had never seen that before. I had never smelled that before. I had never been around anything like that. My mother had just died. That was traumatic enough. This would just set me over the fucking cliff. How that woman's still alive today, to this day, I don't even look on Facebook to see because I might kill her. Because she fucked me up, Joe Rogan. Fucked me up. I told her to put her pants on. I remember walking her home the whole time. I didn't know how to control myself. I didn't know how to control. Till this day, I think about that motherfucker.
That's hilarious.
Because she thought, I don't know, that's the first time I ever seen a woman with a period, and the last. I made it a fucking point.
That's so funny.
I don't care how horny I am. If I'm at a bar, I got a bag of Coke, and somewhere along the line, that chick says she got her period. That's where the conversation ends. It ends. There's no more talking.
Funny.
They used to have this freak. There used to be this chick I used to mess around with in Hollywood, and I knew her cycle. She would have her period from the 20th to the 25th. I wouldn't answer her calls those 5 nights, dog. Like 6 or 7 nights just to make sure everything cleared.
Wow.
And she never figured it out till
That's
this day.
hilarious.
She's never figured out that I wouldn't bring Coke over there.
Of the
I can't. I'm going to waste Coke on
It's so silly.
a bloody pussy. Fuck it. I'll snort it by myself and jerk
But
off.
doesn't it still feel good? Was it just the way it looks? You don't like the way it looks?
No.
It's warmer. I like it.
Yeah, no. There's blood. Is that bad enough for you? There's fucking blood. Is that bad enough for you right there that you're fucking blood? No matter what you're doing, you're fucking blood. I know you like it. I know Redman.
Pull out the tampon, a little gravy comes out.
Oh, my God. Oh, my
no,
God.
you son of a bitch.
He broke my ball. Mark Babbitt was one of the, let me just tell you the Mark Babbitt story. Mark Babbitt went to Freddie Soto and said, I'm looking for feature acts. So Freddie came up to me at the Comedy Store one day. He goes, hey, man, Mark Babbitt's looking for feature acts. Send him a tape. I refuse to send the tape, especially if I'm at the motherfucking Comedy Store. Okay? I'm not sending you no fucking tape.
Why is that?
I'm at Missy Shaw's Comedy Store. You want a tape? You take a ride up here. You want? I'll send you a copy of the 1045 spot I get. I ain't sending you no tape. I just refuse. I never send nobody a tape. I refuse. Especially people from L.A. that would call me and go, we're putting together a TV show. We need a tape. 11:15 at the Comedy Store. No
Really?
tape. Yeah, I don't fucking send tapes. Mark Babbitt, I sent him a blank tape.
Hilarious.
Okay? I sent that jerk off finally because the manager I had, Ken Phillips, kept calling me saying, that guy from Houston keeps calling you. He wants you to send him a blank tape. I fucking didn't send him a tape for a year. Finally, one day I went to fucking Ralph's, bought a tape, put an envelope and sent. Put Joey Diaz stand. There was none on the tape. Do you know that motherfucker called me a week later and say he loved my tape and he hired me as a feature act to open for Bobby Slayton? So fuck all you motherfuckers. That whole tape thing is a power move. When you go to a comedy club and you go to his office to get paid, he's got a TV and he's got 1,000 tapes on him with dust on him. He don't watch those fucking tapes. That's his fucking power move, okay? Send me a tape. Okay, in New York, you go someplace and they sign you up and you come back and they say, listen, you get as many minutes as people you bring. You're earning your keep. That's one thing. I'd rather know where I stand than get fucked with. That's the leg I'm talking about. Really? You need a tape of me. You just saw him at the store. What the fuck do you need? If I'm good enough for Mitzi Shore, why do you want a tape? Who the fuck are you in your fucking shit town to want a tape from me? I'm at the fucking major league of fucking comedy. The Comedy Store. You called me and you want a tape? Go fuck yourself. I'm not sending you a fucking tape. It's against my fucking will. It's like these people now with movies and TV. Joey, they want you to do a co-star, but they want you to send a reel. No, don't send shit. Joey, no, it's a co-star. They could offer it to me. And if they don't, fine. I'll do my podcast and I'll live another week. That's the mind. And eventually they'll go, this motherfucker isn't gonna, we might as well give it to him. I'm not doing it for that. You want me to fucking be a guest star or recur? You want to give me a series regular? I'll give you a fucking tape and I'll fucking come down and talk to you. But for a co-star, we've been doing this. Look at the IMDb. What fucking tape? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you to decide? Let me see your fucking tape. Let me see your fucking tape. I ain't sending you no fucking tape. Even then, I had my fucking pride. Even then, I wouldn't send the fucking tape to him. I refused. I finally sent him a blank tape. He gave me that answer. I never had respect for none of them again because I found that it was a power play. It was like, you're on my court. You want to give me some respect. What respect? What do you do? You're a pimp. You take 20% of what people come to the fucking door. What the fuck do you do? What have you done? You can't even play the fucking ukulele. What the fuck do you do? You can't even play the fucking ukulele. What the fuck have you done? That's where I'm coming from. I didn't want to insult club owners or Babbitt. They did great jobs. It was the shit they play. New Jersey, they've been dumping shit since the 70s.
Yeah.
Since the 60s, bro. That's never gonna be. What's that word? Irrecoverable.
Reconcilable.
No, the other word when you can't reverse.
Irreconcilable.
You can never reverse those things. That soil in New Jersey's gone.
We all took a shot at that
Yeah. That soil in New Jersey's gone. I remember when they built the Meadowlands. I remember how many animals all of a sudden I had in my living room. Because they tore all that down, that wildlife. And next thing you know, I remember one night seeing a possum the size of a small pit bull that jumped on a fucking tree. He jumped on a fucking tree. He saw me.
Oh my
you ever see like a possum, like in Jersey? They walk like a fucking ape, those things. When you call the police in Jersey, I got a possum here, they shoot the fucking thing. They shoot the fucking thing. What does that tell you? They don't shoot snakes. They shoot the fucking possum because they play dead. And then when the cops leave, they fucking get up and they brush them. You can run over a fucking car with them. I would run them over with bicycles and throw rocks at them. They brush themselves off and they fucking
What a weird behavioral trait. They play dead.
They fucking play dead.
Possum. That's where playing possum.
Oh,
comes from,
I
right?
seen a fucking possum that looked at me one night at like 4 a.m. I looked at him. I was like, "What the fuck?" And he jumped on a tree and it went shh. Like he held onto the tree like a fucking ape in Africa. And I was like, "This is fucking mind-boggling."
When I was a kid,
No,
you heard about
no.
completely crazy people that were locked in an asylum. But the idea of your aunt taking pills because she's bipolar, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Because it was accepted and everyone did it. It's like, oh yeah, we used to take Valium and what's that?
I think it's the opposite. I think you just got used to people being fucking crazy. You didn't feel like you had to medicate them. I think people were way more crazy in the 60s and 70s.
I'd do Johnny Reed that tried to kill himself, but he jumped off a building. He landed in a dumpster.
Oh my
right? And
God.
he lived.
Oh my God. How bad was he broken?
Fucked up, right? Fucked up. And he throw punches. He throw punches into the air.
No.
Johnny Reed was a trip. He was an Irish. And he got a check from the government, and he gave it to the bartender on the first. That's what people thought, but he lived. Like he banged his head on the dumpster.
Oh my God.
And he fucking over the dog. He lived, and he give his check from the government on the first to the bartender, and he torment the bartender till that check was done. Then they throw him out to the first, and they would last till about the 18th and 19th. When I was a kid, I used to torment Johnny Reed. He'd go into the, you know, on the East Coast, you lock the bathrooms from the out.
What the fuck you say?
You lock the bathrooms from the outside on the East Coast. When you leave a bar at night when they close up,
Right.
they lock the bathroom and then they put like a lock bolt. So if you break in, they can't. He would go in the bathroom, Johnny Reed, like 11 o'clock in the morning to pee, and we'd lock him in there. We'd leave him in there till like 6 o'clock at night. We'd come back to have a drink. We'd open the bathroom, and he'd come out like nothing. I swear to God, like nothing happened. He was hilarious. I mean, one day I put my dick on a chair next to him. He was sitting on a bar stool. My friend's like, put your dick on the chair. See what happens. And he's like, wow. And he just got up. Dog, Johnny Reed lived for like maybe 12 years ago. We used to give him bumps of coke and get him riled up at the bar, and then he'd just leave. Fuck you, motherfuckers. I'll fight all of you. Then he'd just fucking leave. Hilarious. Anyway.
Did you ever have a girl you dated kill herself?
No. They should have. After I put that fucking helmet, ratted chlamydia fucking dick in you, you should kill yourself. You should kill yourself the first time, and when you get to your destination. I think when I needed the drugs, it was when my whole body was in pain. And it's not